Okay, welcome back to another video. This one is a different one. I thought it would be cool to speak about my past experiences with childhood bullying. So I have no script for this video or even no dot points on this video, so I apologize, this video might be all over the place. But I wanted to do a little sit down video. I've actually been wanting to do it for a little while now as a sit down video, so I hope I'm in focus, but I thought I'll do it today. Okay, so I don't actually remember too much of my childhood bullying, which is good. I don't think I had too harsh of experiences with bullying, which is, thank God. I'm grateful for that. But there was one person in primary school. We'll do primary school first. Actually, I do not remember the bullying at all. I just remember that my mum calling her very spoiled, and she was a only child. So yeah, she was kind of, I guess she was a little bit bratty, but I do not remember much of her, so that's good. I think I had a lot of problems with her, but I don't actually remember. That's another reason I'm filming this video, is because just in case I forget altogether, I can come back to this video and be like, oh yeah. Not that I really want to remember my childhood bullying, but I thought I would just do a video on it anyway, just in case I want to look back on experiences. But yeah, so I don't remember her that much, which is good. There was two other girls in, I think maybe there's three other. There was one that blamed me on something. Actually, the funny story, she blamed me that I was stealing someone's money out of the bag or something. So she went to, that day we had a relief teacher. So therefore the relief teacher believed her. If it was my actual teacher that I normally have, they would have believed that I didn't do it, because they would know me. But because this was a relief teacher and she was only there for that day, she believed the other girl who blamed me. So yeah, I remember that, and you want to come up? And I remember that. So yeah, I remember bursting into tears, crying, and my friend just kind of sitting next to me, not really sure what thing to do. But no, actually that's not the thing that got me the most. The thing that got me is what the relief teacher did. So, oh no, wait, it wasn't money, it was keys. It was keys. It was a girl's keys that this girl, will call her Prickle, we'll call her Prickle. So Prickle stole Fairy's, let's say Fairy's keys. And she went to the relief teacher, and Prickle was like, hey, Jasmine stole Fairy's keys, which I did not do, but the relief teacher believed Prickle. So back in class, we're all in class sitting on our tables. This happened in primary school. I'm not sure what year level I was, maybe year 4, I'll say year 4, 3, maybe it was one of them. I don't think it was year 5. It was definitely not year 6 or 7. I think year 4. But we were all back in the classroom after lunch or recess or whatever it was. I think it was lunchtime. And the relief teacher made the whole class quiet, then went to the front of the room and said, hey, Jasmine stole these keys, or hey Fairy, Jasmine stole these keys from you, in front of the whole class. And of course Fairy looked at me angrily, so she obviously believed that I did steal her keys. Fairy was so angry, she looked at me really mad. I was like this, I didn't do that. And I was like that to Fairy, but obviously she didn't believe that, I'm being honest. Obviously I didn't go up to her or anything, because back then I did not know how to speak to anyone besides the people I really know. So I did not know how to confront Fairy to say, hey, I did not steal the keys, or confront the relief teacher. But yeah, that's what made me the most. Wasn't the fact that Prickle went and tell the relief teacher is the fact that the relief teacher embarrassed me in the whole class and made Fairy believe that I actually stole her keys. Now, the thing is, in high school, there was another girl named Fairy, obviously not real name, but named Fairy, and she just disliked me. I'll get into it more, but I'll continue with the primary school bullies. But yeah, so that was Prick. That, I didn't have too much interactions with her. I think she was actually in a different class, but I don't know. I think she was one of my friends or something. But yeah, I didn't really like her. Prickle was not that nice, and yeah, I'm still angry at that relief teacher. If it was my teacher that I normally had, she would have believed I wouldn't done that, and even if I did, she wouldn't have gone in the whole front of the class and say, hey, Jasmine stole Fairy's keys, because that's what got me. That's what made me, yeah, I think I burst into tears in the classroom too, and I'm like and it was the relief teacher that I did not really like anyway, so I was scared again to confront the teacher, oh my god, teacher, because I just think that she wasn't set out to be a primary school teacher. She acted more like a high school teacher. So that's why I didn't really like her that much. She was a lot more strict, and obviously, oh my god. And that was just, I don't know why she could have just took me and Fairy outside to talk to, or talk to me and Fairy individually. Instead, she went to the whole class, and let everyone know that I apparently stole Fairy's keys, which I did not. Even if I did steal her keys, I had no idea where she lived and did not want to find out where she lived. I had no intentions of doing that, so but anyway, so that was Prick. Now, two other girls in primary school, we'll call Petal and Blue. And they would always be side by side, and I don't remember too much of it, which is a good thing. I don't really want to remember the bad things of my childhood, but I remember Blue and Petal not liking me and my best friend at the time for some reason. I don't know what started it. I think they're just one of those, you know, what's it called? Pairs that decide to bully people or attack one person. And with me, as you know, I was an easy target because I never really spoke back. I was quiet. I didn't know how to speak to people, so definitely an easy target, as well as because I didn't talk that much. A lot of people thought I was annoying and did not know how to talk to me because I couldn't really talk to them. So yeah. But anyway, so I think it has some things with Petal and Blue arguments or something, but I remember, I think it was maybe year 5. I think it was year 5. Again, I don't remember the exact years levels I was in, but I was sitting with my best friend at the time, and Petal and Blue were sitting somewhere else, and I don't remember exactly how it went out, but I think Petal and Blue were writing things, like horrible things, on a piece of paper and then chucking it to us, or, you know, slowly giving it to us, or getting someone to give it to us. And I don't think it was like, oh no, wait, no, so it wasn't like that. It was, I think Petal and Blue were scrunching up paper, just throwing it at us, you know, that annoying thing you see in the movies. I think they were doing that. So I think we were also scrunching up paper and throwing it back to them. But I think there was one time that they writ something, like, I don't know, I think they writ bitch or something on the on the paper, and they threw it at us. Or, oh no, that's not how it went. I remember now. I remember. Oh, look, my memory is getting refreshed. It wasn't that. It was Petal and Blue, either one of them wrote bitch on a piece of paper, and then of course they went to the teacher and told us that we did it. Even though me and my best friend at the time, I'll just say bestie, me and bestie did not do that. We did not write anything on the paper. We were just scrunching it and throwing it back to them because they were doing it to us. But they, of course, again, I'm getting blamed for something I did not do. They wrote bitch on the paper and then gave it to the teacher. I don't remember who the teacher was at the time, but I don't think it was a relief teacher. But they gave it to the teacher at the time. So, and then, I don't know if it was the teacher came to us or Petal and Blue came to me and Bestie's table and like saying, hey, why you wrote that? And then I do remember this. I do remember bursting, both of us, me and Bestie, bursting in tears. Yeah, that's how easy it was for me to get upset. I would just cry about anything. If someone flipped me off, I would burst into tears. So yeah, I came a long way from that. But me and Bestie burst into tears, and I don't know, teacher I think told us, all four of us, to go outside with, you know, do a, what's those games called? The games you do with your bully or something, where you throw a, we had a ball, like a softball, and we would throw it, not softball, but like a squishy ball, and we would throw it to each other and say, explain the situation, except for the teacher wasn't there, so it was just the four of us. And I feel like the teacher should have been there to check of what we had to say, but no, it was just the four for us. For some reason the teacher left the four of us outside the classroom. So again, we all explained our parts. I didn't believe, obviously, me and Bestie do not believe Petal and Blue, because they tried to make it up saying that we were the ones that did it or blah 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 blah. And then I said my honest thing, because I said about how we did not write bitch. I don't know what Bestie had to say, but I told what happened, what exactly happened. We didn't write it, they wrote bitch on the thing, and then they went up to the teacher and say, hey, we did it, even though we did not do that. We did not write anything on the piece of paper. Was the one being honest in this little game. Petal and Blue were not being honest. And I could tell that they knew I was the one telling the truth, because they were like blank face, like no expression. But yeah, and then after that, we kind of just was throwing a bowl to each other, and then, I don't know, saying random stuff or something. Yeah, that was kind of, I'm mad at the teacher again. That was a different teacher. I think that was my normal teacher in that grade, but I just feel like she should have been out there with us to make sure, you know, we're not still arguing and what we had to say. I don't remember she was there for a little bit, but I don't remember her being like staying with us, because we were standing outside throwing the ball at each other, saying what we had to say. The teacher should have been there for us, but again, she probably had to be inside with the other students too. But yeah, that was I feel like that was just annoying. There was, okay, I had other problem with Petal and Blue. There was a lot of problems me and Bestie had with Petal and Blue. But fast forward to year 7, as year 7 was still in primary school. Back then, I sound old. Now I think it's in high school. But year 7, it was back in primary school when I was growing up. But, so I think Petal, no, Blue, we'll say Blue went to a different school, because I don't know why, she just went to a different school. I don't know if she started high school early or whatever, but she went to a different school, so that left Petal alone at primary school. And I don't know why this always happens, but Petal became really nice. I mean, not like nice, she did not become my friend, we didn't talk that much, but I remember her being like not as nasty when Blue was around her. She became, I remember we were at like a group, I don't know where we were. I think we were looking at high schools, you know, when primary schools go to high schools to see what high school they want to go to. We were in a gym section of the high school, and we were all arm wrestling, and I teamed up with Pedal, and she didn't seem that bad there. I was not good at the arm wrestling because I was worried about my wrist, so obviously I just let Pedal win. But yeah, after that, after Blue left, she became alright. I wouldn't say she became the nicest girl, but she did not like pick on me anymore. So I guess that means Blue was the one who kind of was controlling, or they just wanted, you know, to look confident by each other, or they just wanted to, you know, what's the word confident? What's the word? Like attention? I don't know, I can't think of the word. I know the word. They're more confident around each other, so they would bully us. But then when they were by herself, like Petal was by herself, now with no Blue around, she became kind of a decent person. Yeah, I don't think my bullying in primary school was really that bad at all. I think I did have some other things. I do remember the spoiled girl. I don't think I gave her a name. We'll call her Star. So Star, I know I had a lot of problems with when I was younger, like in primary school, like early primary school. I don't remember too much of that, which I'm glad, but I do remember her just being really annoying. And I remember when we'd have to do the lines and get people to go into 2 lines. I hated doing that job, and I got picked for that job. And I remember, I think it was called line duty or something, where you had to get the students in line so that we go to the classroom together in those 2 lines. I don't know, the primary school stuff. And I remember her, but I remember Star jumping out and I guess, I don't know, doing something. Like, I think she just jumped out, but it really got me angry that I pretended to punch her, and then I cried because the teacher saw that and said, don't escalate the problems. So I cried. So yeah, I did escalate that problem, but Star was, oh my god, she was really annoying. She would, you know, I don't remember too much. I just knew she was spoiled and annoying, that's all. And I think, now looking back of it, I think she was just sassy, a really sassy girl. And back then, I did not know what sass was, so I just thought she was a bitch, honestly. But not looking back, I don't think actually, if it were to happen to me now as an adult, and she would do the things she did, I wouldn't care. Honestly, it wouldn't hurt me. I wouldn't react in the way I did when I was younger. I wouldn't burst into tears. It's just, I had no idea what sass was, and I thought sass was bullying. So yeah, so I don't think she was that much of a bitch. I think she was more just sassy, and I interpret it as her being a bitch. But again, I don't remember too much of that, and I'm glad I don't. I do remember another girl, this is not really, I don't think it's really that classed as bullying, but I remember when I was sharing a pen, this girl was like, had these beautiful gel pens, and they were all multicolors, and of course being a little kid, that was like, oh, the in thing then, these cool colorful gel pens. And I remember another student, I don't really talk to this student that much really, but another student was sharing at the table, was sharing the gel pens, so everyone took one, and I only took one, and it was only a little bit, and then she wanted it back. she wanted it back. She let other people have it more longer, but she didn't like the fact that I was using her gel pen. I think she didn't like the fact that I was using her gel pen, even though she shared it around, but I don't know, or she was just being annoying, I don't know, or she just didn't like me that much. But again, I think that may be all my childhood bullying in primary school. Obviously there would be a lot more, but I honestly do not remember, and I do not care to try and remember. But I guess we can talk about high school now. So high school, I think there was only 2 people that I had a problem with. Oh, there was another person, but we'll get into that later on. But early in high school, there was these two girls we'll call, just like Blue and Petal, we'll call Sausage and Deer. Okay, that's the first thing that came out of my mind. Sausage and Deer. We'll call those two girls Sausage and Deer, like as in deer. But so Deer and Sausage, just like Petal and Blue, were always together side by side, and I don't know why, but Deer was the one that had the most problem with me. Sausage was just kind of, I don't know, her sidekick by her side all the time, but Deer was she did not like me from day one, and I do not know why. I don't know why, but the thing is that I don't know if Deer was the same. I totally forgot what they called the other girl in primary school, but Deer had the same name as one of the girls. I should have called her the same name. Not Petal or Blue, but the other girl that the teacher thought I stole the keys from. That girl. And so, but I'll call her Deer, so we're not getting it mixed up because I already forgot what I called her. But so Deer had the same name as the girl that I got blamed for stealing the keys, from. So I don't know if that's the reason she decided she didn't like me. Again, I don't even know if they're the same person or not, but they had the same name, and so I think maybe that's why. But I don't remember what the girl looked like in primary school. But Deer did not like me. That's all I know. She did not like me. She would make faces to me. She would, yeah, she just did not like me. You know, those people that just don't like you for some reason? She was one of them. I don't think she was the same girl in primary school. And if she does, then it would make sense of why she did not like me. But she did not like me, and I don't remember too much of it, but I do remember her making comments, whispering to Sausage, and they would make comments about me, and I would see Deer going, like, whispering to Sausage and laughing about me, and it was like pointing in my direction and all that, and it was about me. I know people would be like, oh, are you sure it was about you? Yes, it was about me. They did not like me, at least Deer did not like me. And I remember being in cooking class, and I got teamed up with Deer, and we were in a group. It wasn't just us two, but we were in a group. And I went to the teacher, the cooking teacher, and I was like, hey, I don't want to be with Deer because Deer doesn't like me or some reason like that. But then the teacher was just like, you have to deal with it, something like that. So I had to be in a cooking class with Deer, cooking group with Deer, and I was kind of annoying. I don't think I had too much problems, but I think she was kind of the one, like, you do this, you do that. I do remember a funny thing in that is that there was a glass. Some reason, I think my friend at the time put a glass right near the edge of the bench, and then it was falling, and I quickly grabbed it. It was so cool. It was like, obviously, like, no one really reacted because it was me, so but I grabbed it before it smashed on the floor. So yeah, I was proud of that moment. I don't think anyone else cared though, but I was really proud of that moment. I have a feeling that my friend actually did it on purpose because she wanted to smash the glass, but I didn't let that happen. But yeah, I don't think we had a problem actually doing the cooking group together. I think she just kind of, yeah, I don't remember too much of that. And I do remember, I think it was dance and drama class where I had most problems with her, because I wasn't in too many of her classes, and I think she was only in high school for the first 2 years. I think after that, I think actually she was only in high school for 1.5 years, and then she moved to a different high school. And when Deer moved to a different high school, Sausage became so nice. Like, so much more nicer than that other girl in primary school. She became so nice that we actually follow each other on Facebook now. Yeah, so obviously that showed Deer was the one that was in control. Sausage became really nice. She was nice to talk to, easy to talk to, and I don't even know if Sausage and Deer are friends anymore. I don't think they're friends anymore, which just shows character development. Sausage knew that Dia was not good for her. So that's why I think they're not friends anymore. Again, they could be friends, but I don't really see it much on Facebook. Actually, Sausage has like 4 kids now, and I think married to a husband. I'm like, that's so cool. It's so weird seeing that the people you went to school with out. I mean, it's nice that they have, well, it's nice that they made a family and all that, but it just feels weird that like we were like kids together and then all of a sudden we're adults and we all have our own life. I was like, whoa, that goes so quick. But yeah, Sausage became really nice. We follow each other on Facebook now, and I mean, we're not really close at all. We just follow each other on Facebook, and sometimes if it's a big post we're doing, like she's, I don't know, a pregnancy announcement, I say congratulations, but that's pretty much all. We don't really speak to each other. We just follow each other on Facebook, and that's all. But Sausage became really nice. So yeah, it's kind of weird how like it'll be like a pair and it'll be horrible, but then as soon as you take one of those people away, that person that's left here becomes really nice, or at least more of a decent person. So yeah, I guess it was just kind of, again, wanting to, what is the word? Show off. I think that's what I was looking for, that word. She just wanted to show off. When Dia was with Sausage, Dia just wanted to show off, and that's maybe why she didn't like me. But then fast forward out of high school, there's another person, but we'll talk about that later. That's but fast forward out of high school, I done some stalking, which you shouldn't do. I know it's a horrible thing, but I really wanted to see where my classmates were now that they're all out of high school. So I went on Instagram, and I had my old account, so I went on Instagram, and because you know how we have the photo of all the class photo, I looked at everyone's name on Instagram. Some people I couldn't find because I don't think they were on Instagram, but then I wanted to find where Dia was up to, and I found out she does, I think she does like fitness or something now. She private her page after I stalked it, so I think maybe it's I don't know, do you know when people look at your profile? Because maybe she saw me looking at her profile, I don't know. But it wasn't until I saw Dia hang out with Star. Was it Star? I'm totally forgetting everyone's name. Yeah, it was actually at primary school, sorry. It wasn't high school students I wanted to look at when I was out of high school. It was the primary school classmates I wanted to see where they were up to now, because I haven't seen them in years because they didn't go to the same high school. At least most of them didn't go to the same high school as me. So I looked at my childhood, the one who was really bratty, I guess, or spoiled. Did I call her Star? Was that her name? Anyway, the one who was like kind of spoiled, we'll call Star, if I forgot her name, I'm sorry, Star, was I stalked Star on her Instagram account, but then I found out she had a YouTube account. I was like, oh, so I not followed, so I stalked that, and then I watched one of the videos because I wanted to see how she acts, and I saw that Dia was in the video, only for a little bit. It's like, oh, so that makes sense now, is because the way Dia treated me in high school was because she was friends with Star, and Star didn't really like me, I guess, or I didn't really like her because I thought she was a bully or whatever, so that's why Dia didn't like me, and then it all came together. I'm like, oh. But yeah, but anyway, I don't stalk those people now anymore. I just was really curious. I wanted to know where my primary school classmates were now. But she looks like, Star looks like she's in a good place. She, I think she's doing like acting or something, which because she had it on a YouTube account, I was like, and she's actually pretty good at it. She's like really good at the Disney kind of acting, the one you see on the shows of Disney. She's like really good at that. So, and I think she wants to move to Hollywood or something. So she wants to become a big star. So good for her. Go for it if that's what you want to do. And yeah, and again, if you are watching, obviously I'm not saying her real name, but if you ever are watching, I apologize for the way I did treat you. I do not remember you treating me that harshly, but I do remember you being sassy. And back then I thought sass was rude and bullying, so therefore I kind of was rude and bullying back to her. So I think it was just kind of a miscommunication thing, or I just didn't register. Now, speaking about sassiness, fast forward to high school, actually near the end of high school, year 12, it was year 12 or year 11? I think year 11 actually, it was year 11, and there was this flamboyant gay man. Am I allowed to say flamboyant, or not allowed to say that these days? But like flamboyant gay men or guy, not men, so guy, and he was in a class, because we were doing a musical together, so that means the year 11 and year 12 class come together to do it, and he was in I think the year 12 class where I was in the year 11 class. And again, I didn't know what sass was. I thought sass was bullying. So when he would look at me sassy or say things sassy, I would really feel offended because I thought that was bullying. I thought it was rude because sass to me sounded rude, just the way he spoke and all that sounded rude. And I thought I had a problem with gay people. So I thought I was homophobic. I thought I did not like gay men because the way that they acted, at least the, flamboyant ones, I thought I was very homophobic. I was like, I don't like gay men because the way they act. But it wasn't because I thought they were rude and like arse and whatever, just the way they acted. And I thought they wanted to be better than everyone else. Maybe some do want to be better than everyone else, but that's what it came off to me like that. So that's why I didn't like the way he would do something. I remember we were in a circle and he looked at me, he was kind of staring at me, and then he went like that. That's all he did, was put up his eyebrows, and I got so offended. I thought that was bullying. I thought I was bullying, so at the end of the class, I went to the teacher and cried about it. That's how much of a sensitive person I was back in high school, as I cried because someone raised their eyebrows at me, and I thought that was bullying, so I cried to the teacher about it. Oh my god, I came a long way. But anyway, so I thought he was an ass. I thought he was a big bully, a prick, whatever, and I did not like him. And I told myself I do not like gay men because of the way they act. Now fast forward after high school a little bit, maybe 2 years or 3 years after high school, when my sister, graduated high school, I think she graduated high school, so I'll say when my sister, a year after high school, whatever, after she graduated, she became kind of sassy. And that's when it clicked to me that, oh, that's what it was. It wasn't him that being a bully, it was just him being sassy. And I interpreted that as being bully, and then I told myself I hated gay men because, well, they're sassy, and I didn't realize what sass was. So yeah, so I was definitely the one in the wrong there. I was in the wrong because I did not know what sass was. Because I don't think I even heard the word sassy, and I didn't know what sass was. I thought everyone who was sassy was bullying. That's why I had a problem with the girl in primary school, because I thought she was a bully, but she was just sassy. So I thought I just did not like gay men because of the way they act, but because I thought they were bullies. But no, then it wasn't bullies. It was, thinking of it now makes me laugh, like, oh my god, I'm so dumb. Like, I did not know social cues back then, so I thought sass was being a bitch or being bullied to me or whatever, but it wasn't. It's just, it's just like a character trait, and it's nothing about being a bully. So I feel like, I feel kind of bad, like really bad now that I did not like this, or told myself that I hated gay men because they're sassy, because I did not know what sass was, so I thought they were bullying, so that's why I didn't like them. But it wasn't until my sister became sassy that I learned what sass was. So thank you, my sister, if you're watching. Thank you so much for making me learn what sass was, because I did not know what sass was. Everyone that was sassy to me in high school, I thought was a bully. Obviously, I do not hate gay men now, as I'm more educated on sass. So if someone be sassy to me now, I probably wouldn't cry like I would in high school. But yeah, so that was I think that's like the main thing that actually got me. But yeah, I remember going to the teacher a lot, and then I remember her saying that, is it because he's like that, he can be a little catty, which yeah, I guess he can be a little catty, but I didn't like, but it's actually sass, and I did not know what sass was that back then, and so I thought I was homophobic. Fast forward out of high school, I turned out to be a lesbian, so maybe it was internalized homophobia, I don't know. I mean, I did not like, hate gay people, like saying that they did not have any right or wanting to ban that or anything. I wasn't like, like that, how some people are. I just didn't like, I thought I didn't like flamboyant gay men because I thought they were all assholes. No, I apologize, they're not all assholes. They're sassy, and that's a personality trait, and sass doesn't equal being a bully, which now I know. Back then I did not know. Back then I thought sass was bullying, so everyone who was sassy, not just the men and not just gay people, anyone who was sassy, I thought was a bully. So in primary school, that kind of spoiled girl who was very sassy, I thought she was really bully. I think I had some problems with her, but I thought she was just a big bully, but she was just being sassy. I wish I could go back in time with the confidence and the knowledge I have now, because I know I wouldn't act the way I would have back then. I would have been more confident, I would have taught back more, and I would have laughed and joked about it. But back then I was so shy, did not know how to talk to people, did not know what social cues were, especially sass. So I thought everyone was against me, and I had a very, very, very low sense of esteem. So that probably played a whole part in it too. But yeah, I just want to clear things up. I am not homophobic, and well, maybe I was back then, but I am definitely not now, as I'm more educated. And no, I do not hate flamboyant gay men, not anymore at least. I just thought that back then I thought it was bullying. I know now, as I have more knowledge, that's not bullying. So if you are flamboyant gay men, and am I allowed to say flamboyant, or is that a slur now? I don't know, but like the gaily, or that probably sound worse actually, saying gaily. But the flamboyant, the ones you know with the high-pitched voice, and the ones that act really like that, like the ones that can't pass as being straight. Obviously I know that there's some straight people that do act like that, but we're just talking about gay men here. And so now I am more educated on that, and yeah, that was a roller coaster of things. Now I'm really grateful, because I don't think I had like a really harsh bullying like you see in the movies or hear about other people. No one ripped my name on like the mirror of the school toilets. No one put my head in the toilets, which you see in the movies. I don't even know if that happens, but hopefully that does not happen. Or, really harsh things like spreading a big rumor about me. The good thing about being a quiet student is that a lot of people did not know I existed, so I feel like, and I didn't really say much, so they didn't have anything to really talk to me about. So therefore, I kind of was under the radar. No one really knew, like, I swear now, if you went to someone who didn't really talk to me, and I went to them and be like, hey, do you remember me in high school? I guarantee they would not remember me, because most of the time I was just sitting in the corner doing my work, and that was it, and only talking to my best friends, and that was it. I just wanted to get school done with. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. That's why I worked so hard on my projects and my school assignments, even though I did not get the best grades because I'm not the smartest, but I tried my best and just wanted to get high school done with, because I did not really like high school that much. I think my favorite was year 10, maybe year 9 and year 10 were my favorite in high school, but that was it. After that I did not like and just wanted to get out there. I hated school. And yeah, but yes, the thing of being a quiet kid, I think, has a good advantage. It means that I'm under the radar, no one really knows anything about me to say anything about me, or don't even know I exist. Which back then I felt horrible, like I feel like it was sad that no one really liked me or anything. I think most people just did not know how to talk to me, like I did not know how to talk to them. I wasn't really a talkative person back then. I have gotten like 100 times better now than I was in high school. Like I'm more talkative now. I know more knowledge now. I know that sass isn't just being bullying, and yes, and no, I do not hate femboy or gay men or any gay men or any person that's from the LGBT plus. You're all equal, welcome, as long as you don't hurt people and hurt children or animals, then you're fine. Everyone should live equally and respect everyone equally. Again, I'm really grateful that I don't think I had much horrible childhood bullying, and I'm also kind of grateful that I have forgot a lot about it, because I don't really want to hold on to those things. Now I think that's all I have to say about my childhood bullying. Obviously if you're watching this, you're probably like, oh, that's not bullying. Yeah, it probably wasn't bullying, honestly. It was probably more just annoyance, really, and brattiness, and me not knowing social cues, so me interpreting things wrong, so causing me to burst into tears. But yeah, but again, I was really sensitive back then too, so again, anything would have made me tear up. I mean, there was one time where I think I was really young in primary school. I was walking around, I think at recess or lunch by myself, and this random kid, I had no idea who this girl was. I think she wasn't even in my class, but this random kid came up to me and said, no offense, but you're ugly. And because I had a very low self-esteem back then, I believed it. So I told her, yeah, I know. And actually, I'm happy about myself that I said that to her, because the look on her face, she did not know what to say after that. She was like, and then walked off. She did not say anything after that, and don't remember who she was. She was not in any of my classes, and she never came up to me again. And like, obviously I truly believed that back then, that I was the most ugliest person. Honestly, looking back at some of the videos, I think I was not the best looking kid, and I still wouldn't say I'm like the best looking person, but I'm definitely a lot better. I have a lot better self-esteem than I have now, and I think I look 10 times better than I was when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I don't think I looked that great, so I believe that. And so that's what my response was, I know. And I'm so glad I did not cry there too. So I'm really proud of myself that I did not cry there. And I think it was a funny comeback, because she did not know what to say, so she walked away. And so I remembered that. That was funny, and I think I'll always remember that, because it was random. It was really random. I remember that clearly. She came up to me, recess or lunch, and said, no offense, you're ugly. And then I said, yeah, I know. And then the look on her face was like, and then she walked away. Like, no other comment. She just walked away. But that's good. If you're a kid, and if anyone say you're ugly, just say, yeah, you know. Yeah, I know. Even if you think you're not ugly or whatever, just say it. because the look on their face is just hilarious. Obviously, if you're talking to an adult, they might say some things back. Right now, I don't care. If someone thinks I'm ugly, they think I'm ugly. Everyone's different. There's a lot of people. I know I'm someone's type, just haven't found that person yet, but I am someone's type. Everyone is someone's type. You can look, yeah, definitely, there will always be someone for you. But yes, that's my childhood bullying and all I can remember of that. Again, I hope that no one is suffering too much with bullying. Bullying is not a good thing to go through. It makes you feel horrible, especially if someone with a low self-esteem like I had is not good. So try your best not to hurt people and try your best to think before you speak. And that quiet person that sits you in class has feelings too, and maybe she just does not know social cues. So if you are a sassy person and people don't like you for some reason, that could be the reason people don't like you, is because they don't realize what sass was, or like I did not know social cues. I did not know what sass was. So just step back and think about how you can say things or how you can help other people. If you see someone quiet and someone that doesn't know how to talk to people, just either leave them or just maybe try to become better friends, because I would love it when people would talk to me. Even if I did not really know how to talk to them, I would just feel so much more welcome when people talk to me. Even if it's just them talking and I'm not saying anything, I just feel so much better. But yeah, hopefully no one has to go through bullying. I had low self-esteem, so all we can do is look after each other, think before we speak, and I don't think my experiences were that harsh. So I know people are probably going to be watching this and be like, that's not bullying. Maybe it wasn't bullying, but again, I had really low self-esteem. I would cry no matter what. If someone flipped me off, or eyebrows, I would burst into tears because I would think that was bullying. So yeah, I had really low self-esteem, and I was a slow developer. While I was like here, I felt like everyone was like, as in social skills, I was here and everyone was over there. I just slowly developed on my own, and I'm so much better, in a so much better place mentally and physically now that I'm older and have gained the knowledge and skills of communication. Obviously, I have a lot still to work on that, but so much better than I was in primary school and high school. Actually, there's a girl at work who I can see myself so much in her when I was younger, because she's so shy and reserved and introverted. Reminds me so much of how I was like in high school, because I see myself in her. That's why I want to become her, like one of her best friends, is because I see myself in her. Because when I was young, I was exactly like her, and I think she's 23. And I was 23, I was kind of like that too. But I remember being so shy and all that in high school and primary school. And I have gotten so much better, and there's a lot of work to still do, but I'm so glad I'm not that really shy, quiet person anymore. Obviously, it depends on the situation and the social gathering. If I'm around heaps of people if I'm around like heaps of people and let's say I'm the only new one, I'll probably be very quiet. That's why I like smaller groups. That's why I like smaller groups. I feel like I can talk a lot more clearly and better in smaller groups. But yeah, and as soon as I turn 25, so I think it's the frontal lobe has doing with it, because I felt ever since I turned 25, I felt myself get so much confident, especially this year. I feel like this year I have been from the start of this year to now, I feel like I have gotten so much more confident, especially doing AM shift now, so I'm around newer people and I'm talking to them. Back when I first started primary school, first when I started the PM shift, I wouldn't talk to anyone, but as soon as I start the AM shift, talk, and like, I feel like I like the people in the AM just seem a lot more talkative and less annoying in my opinion. But anyway, I think I'm gonna end of the video now because my throat is sore. I apologize if I haven't been speaking clearly. Sometimes when I do these sit down videos, oh my god, I'm whispering. Lisping so bad. Oh, I hate that. When I do these sit down videos, why am I whispering? No, I hope I wasn't doing that in the whole video. Lisping. Oh. If I was, I apologize because that is so annoying. But yeah, because when I do these sit down videos, sometimes my throat really hurts because I'm like talking a lot. And yeah, I apologize, there'll probably be a lot of cuts in this because for some reason with my Canon camera, I don't know why, but I record and then it will stop recording and then shut off. I don't know why. I don't know if I have to go in settings or something like that, but anyway. I'm Jasmine and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! I hope you're all having a lovely time and please take care of each other.